Alone in the Dark is a creepy, dark, suspense, action, horror movie. And good, cut.
Well, you know, it's action-packed, it's got a little romance in it. We're dealing with monsters, we're dealing with invisible creatures.
It's dark, moody, ideally very scary.
That kind of pervasive sense of dread that I think makes reading Lovecraft such a chilling experience is here, but it's fused with a more contemporary take.
I came involved in Alone in the Dark. The game creator contacted me basically, and they liked the House of the Dead stuff I did. And so I got involved, basically attached from the game company to the project.
I think games are a great source material for movies because anything that provides kind of like a really deep background for the character, I think what's great about a game is that when you're playing it, you actually are the character, so there's a real connection with the hero.
Keeping a movie true to a video game is tough because they're very different medium, really. The video game itself is very interactive, and you can take it on all kinds of different ways. The film is very linear, obviously, and you're taking the audience through it.
713. You implanted us with those things.
But I think games create a really great source material because they have really elaborate backstories. You're not just having 2 hours to tell the story. I mean, it can often take 50, 60, 70 hours to tell a game story, and so there's a real depth to the universe of the game.
I think video game-based movies are like movies with the new bestsellers. The bestsellers of the new generation are video games and not books anymore.
I did get the video game after I read the script, and it was very cool. I mean, it was very, very complicated and complex, but I liked seeing it, that there were actually real characters there and people you could identify with.
I think one of the things that's great about games is that the game designers kind of let their imaginations run wild. And so you have this really deep, kind of intricate backstory that you can use as the history for your character. And Edward Carnby, through his, the 4 adventures of the games, has this really rich, kind of textured history, which I was able to use. So instead of, having a blank slate for the character when we're starting the film, I mean, we do have that for the audience that hasn't seen the character, but I knew going in, I had all these adventures that he's been through, all these experiences that he's had that I could bring to bear in the character and make them all the deeper.
Edward.
God, I missed you.
I think the biggest challenge to make that movie is to satisfy not only Atari with the video game and all the video game fans, to satisfy also people that have no idea what the game is about and they don't care because of the game, but they want to see the movie. So, and I think we get it all together in a way that basically Alone in the Dark is great entertainment for everyone.
It's true to the video game in the sense that the characters are the same, and he is a paranormal investigator, and there are creatures that appear from invisible to fight you visibly. Those elements are maintained. Outside of that, we've taken it outside the last video game story to create our own story that we think works well on film.
There's been 4 games in the series so far, and I sort of looked at them as his past. We wanted a movie that was true to the history and, more importantly, the atmosphere of the game, without saying this is specifically based on one of the games. So I think it's very true to the tone and the energy and the spirit of the game, but if you haven't played the game, you can immediately approach the movie, and if you have played the game, you're not going to be watching a movie that's based on a story you've already seen. It's an original story with a character that you love.
You used to be able to take care of yourself there, Carmi. Got a little soft since you left 713.
I think the main point is that the creepiness and the suspense of that feeling Alone in the Dark comes to the big screen. Also the mood of the game should come to the big screen. What I did with House of the Dead, where you are in that ego shooter zombie perspective a lot of times, and Alone in the Dark should be a really suspense-driven movie. What is exactly that basic fear to be alone in the dark?
Your mother's wrong, kid. Being afraid of the dark is what keeps most of us alive.
My character is Edward Carnby. He's a paranormal investigator. He's a guy who spends a lot of time tracking down and hunting the things that you and I don't believe in.
So we have a world full of darkness, and demons and creatures are in that dark world, basically coming out to the civilization. And Edward is the guy who must clear that situation up.
He's the main character from the whole video game series, and we kind of took the idea that this was like the continuing adventures of Edward Carnby. There's been 4 before, but we decided to do something, an original story that takes the character into, what I guess you would call his most dangerous and biggest adventure ever.
Alone in the Dark is a big movie, a big setup, and we have a lot of different locations. We shot in a mine in downtown. We basically blocked downtown so that we could show it empty. We have here on the stage a lot of tunnels and sand chambers and all that stuff with helicopters. I think we shot in front of the mine. We shot like 220,000 bullets in one night.
I've never done an action thriller, so much stuff, and so it's completely different. I never shot a gun before, and that was kind of fun. It was a little scary at first, but when you would shoot it and the kick on the gun, it kind of like shot your back, and it's fun. It makes you feel really, really powerful.
It's been a very physical film. One of the things I really loved is the fact that there was some karate stuff in the movie, some good fight scenes. And I've been taking karate lessons for the last couple of years, so it gave me an opportunity to kind of incorporate that into the film. So I was really excited to get that chance.
This is different than other suspense films. Every movie itself is different, I guess. But it's because it's based on a video game and because it has its own sort of storyline and fan base. It's a paranormal suspense story, and elements of thriller and horror tied in.
It's basically the movie looks great, so it's a CinemaScope made movie. What looks on big screen with a huge value, really dark, creepy atmosphere, and you don't know what happens next. Basically, it's not that typical horror movie. I think it's a little different, and it's not like an event movie like Lara Croft. It's in the middle between horror and event.
We're making a horror movie here. Just doesn't get better than this. This is perfection.